playoffs. Like, I might have to stand up, bro. Like,
We are live. Excuse me.
There we go. Feel better.
All right. Let's do this again. And we are live with another installment of the Authority Hour, where we're turning your digital footprint into your greatest asset. Ronnie, you were coming in hot there. So you just sent your baby girl off to for the night, but you had shared how her recent. Actually, just pick back up where you had left off.
Okay, so the message I'm trying to talk about tonight is how to articulate your message to people. Like, if we're going to try to be an authority in our space, right? We're going to be an authority, and I'm going to be an authority in auto brokering across the world. Like, how am I going to build a community of people that understand my message? And the analogy I was using was when I'm talking to my 16-year-old daughter about any issue, 90% of the time, I know that I'm right when the conversation starts. I have the answer. I'm right. I am categorically right in deciding what we're talking about. Like, her tire was low, and I saw it outside, and I said, "Hey, your tire's low in the car." "Dad, you don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, "Okay. I already know I'm right, So I planted that seed. She went to Grandpa's. Grandpa looked at the tire, and he goes, "Yeah, this tire's really low." And then she started receiving the message like, "Oh, Dad, you were right. The tire was low. Thank you for letting me know." So, like, if you're going to talk to somebody about your space and what you're doing as an authority in building businesses or, whatever, how do we get that message across so that people can receive it? The right people can receive it and understand, this is my guy. Like, this is my person that I want to talk to when I have these questions. And in the Maxwell book right now, to make it even more convoluted, and like you say, I'm going down these rabbit holes.
No.
In one of the irrefutable laws of leadership, Maxwell calls it the law of buy-in. The law of buy-in. Don't quote me on that. I have to go back and look it up. I'm still going through the book. The buy-in meaning, like, if you ever you didn't play sports, like, you ever been on a team, like, the vision that I'm trying to put out, like, you're going to receive it, and you buy into the vision. Once you buy into the vision, we're good. We're both on the same boat. We're both rowing the paddles in the same direction, and now we're both focusing on getting to that vision. So my question for you is, like, you're going through with your business stuff that you're working on for the 4th week, how do you get that buy-in? How do you articulate that message without talking down to people, without being condescending, without being a know-it-all, welcoming people into receiving the message, but also being very clear about getting that message across to them? Do you have any insights on that?
Absolutely. So literally last week was the first week that we had newly promoted leaders within, with the engagement that I'm currently on. And the first thing that we had was a leadership workshop.
Okay.
And that leadership workshop was, the first topic that we covered was the power of the right question over an entitled statement. Because as a leader, it boils down to the constant of, do you want to be right or do you want to be effective?
Yeah, that's it. Yo, hold on. Say that one more time.
It boils down to if you want to be right or if you want to be effective. So
how many times did we die on that hill of being right? Go ahead, continue.
Right.
That's bars.
So as we're going down that rabbit hole of leadership, because I know that this team has never had that investment into them as far as what that means to be an actual leader, not a man. Like I don't even refer to them as the management team. I refer to them as the leadership team, and
Yeah.
we focus on leadership, right? So it's the right question, right? That was the first workshop, and we're gonna keep on drilling that down because I can see the deficiencies in their past experiences relative to the leaders that the organization requires. So them understanding, again, leading with the questions as opposed to, like, it doesn't matter how right that you are on any given topic.
Right.
If the person does not see you as a credible source,
They have no buy-in.
and they're ready to receive your statement because of the rapport that y'all have established, if y'all ain't at that phase, then a statement just creates a barrier. It like that I related to my, literally in the leadership workshop, I said, so I can come in as a business consultant and say, if y'all as a leadership team are not focused on setting clear, communicable performance expectations and having effective feedback conversations with your entire team, then it's going to negatively affect your productivity.
Yes.
I can make that statement, and it's a factual statement. And when I haven't established that credibility,
No buy-in.
who are you?
Right.
Who are you to tell me that?
Yeah, I've been doing it 30 years. Like, you know.
Whereas when I say, okay, so how long does it take for a set of customer orders to be picked? I don't know. Oh, so that means that when you're paying payroll every 2 weeks, you don't know how much of that payroll was actually making your company money.
No idea. Yeah.
Oh. Right. And now oh, okay. All right. And that's the difference in leading with a statement versus a question. And the first question may not land, so you hit them with the follow-up.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you know where you're taking them, you use the questions to get them there. So the leadership, I'm telling you, that workshop, that's what we focused on during that first workshop, just because I understand the power of it. So the same thing relates when we're talking about a brand and communicating that brand, because we all can talk about our brands like it's the best thing since sliced bread. But when the person that's receiving that messaging is not actually resonating with them, they don't have a curiosity to take it beyond the surface level of listening to the pitch.
Yeah. I think I think it's a good topic, Jesse, because where does the blame lie? Like, I've told people, like, if you're working, I had a guy tell me this once. It's like, if you're successful here, it's your fault. If you fail here, it's your fault. And it took a while for that to sink in. It's like, as the education coordinator in BNI recently, I was tasked to bring in owning your own results in BNI, business networking international, right? So, you can leave BNI and be like, well, I wasn't getting this, or I wasn't getting that. Or you could challenge yourself to own it. Why am I not getting these results? Like, why is the audience not focusing on the messaging and the authority I'm trying to build? And sometimes, dude, it's just like, maybe our message sucks. Like, you know, like, I mean, you know, it's just self-realization. The internet will reflect right back at you what you're trying to do. And, you know, like you said earlier, right? I already know I'm right. My message is right. I'm right. I'm right. It doesn't mean anything, right? If you can't articulate it in a way that a million people can receive it. This is a test for me and you. Like, how are we going to build this authority? We got one person in the room right now. Thank you for being here, whoever that is. But like, they're not going to stay with us just because we think we're right. We have to be able to articulate that message so they can understand. This is important. I need to join these guys. I need to be in this community. I need to bounce ideas off of them. And I have ideas to bring to the table that they could use. Like, yeah, hell yeah.
And I think that comes from just being eternally curious. Like,
yes,
you know, like just infinitely curious and like genuinely curious.
yes.
Asking questions to learn as opposed to confirming your assumptions.
Oh man, dude. Asking questions to learn instead of asking questions to confirm your own ideas. Like, you haven't listened to anybody. All of us are guilty of that crap, man. Like, you know, because we think we're right. And we just very well may be. But it's not going to get you the following you want. It's not going to get you the community. It's not going to build the people around you that are going to want to join you on this journey. This is a journey we're on. This ain't like we're not here in church preaching the message. You know, we here trying to figure it out.
Bruh, and that even goes down to like sourcing talent, because that's a big part of building enterprise is having a team. So when it came to preparing for the interview, I was coaching my client on it from the context of, because when we were going through the process and he was kind of conveying to me what his game plan was to go into the interview, and I was like, are you seeking to confirm what you already know?
Oh, man.
Or are you looking to like learn if he's going to be the right fit for your culture?
That's cool. I mean, how did he respond to that question?
We had to take a whole new night to.
He had to let that sink in. We'll come back to that tomorrow.
No. Like, I gave him the game so he could, you know, but he could take the game overnight and like strategize how. So it was basically framing his entire strategy with questions and through the lens of questions instead. And from that, he was like, yo, because the questions led the person to not only confirm, but like double, triple on, because the questions that his answers covered the questions that he had before he asked them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, and that came from not having and the assumption came from when in Colorado Springs is like this in a lot of ways, where, you know, your reputation, that piece. So if you don't have that connection, is not good for business, right?
So we said this before, right? You can have the visibility, but you've got to earn the credibility before you get to profitability. Like, they go in that order: visibility, credibility, profitability. Like, so many people try to skip the steps, man. They want to go visibility straight to. They plant a flag, I'm in business, or They open up a YouTube channel. I got a channel. Yeah, that's great. And you may be right about what you're talking about, but right now you're not credible.
Right.
So I think that, we could even, maybe we're learning as we're going here. Like you said, the infinite curiosity, Shoshin mentality, right? Beginner mentality all the time, no matter how much we think we know. It's like, it's infinite. Like you can, I don't think you can get the credibility by knowing it all.
Right. So like it's interesting because it's the Socratic method, and folks can kind of do their research on Socrates and what he did and why he did it, but through that Socratic method of when I come in as the consultant, I actually do know exactly what the problems are, and I know exactly what's going to work, and I know, like, I've been doing this long enough. So by framing that, because I didn't understand the value of questions prior, but during the 3 years on the ground in Colorado Springs, I learned on the other side of it. Like as I was transitioning back into doing this full time, like I'm doing it now, the questions, I wasn't asking the right questions while I was building the relationships earlier in my networking in Colorado Springs. So now I understand that intrinsically. Like I have a deep tie and connection to it. The value of getting the person to self recognize, excuse me, as opposed to leading with how much that I know.
And like, it's tough. Like, yeah. Like if you got a topic that you want to make a video on, like I could go on there and talk about car stuff all day long, knowing that I'm damn well right. But nobody really resonates with that, So, and I'm using the same beginner mentality that you talked about earlier. Like, I have to resist small thinking and resist know-it-all thinking so that I can get better. Like, dude, like building an authority online just means I have to get better. Like everything, dude, like everything I analyze in my business comes back to one thing. I have to improve in order to level up. You can just point fingers, like look at them fingers pointing out there, 2 of them, right? I got 6 of them pointing back at me. These 3 right here, right? It's like, it's always on me. It's always on me. And it's like, as I try to build this authority online, I am struggling to figure out what my audience likes. I'm also not an entertainer, so it might not even come down to what they like. It just might come down to what resonates with them or what they need from me.
But hold on,
what questions can I answer?
But hold on, though, Ronnie, because I know from many conversations with you that people are constantly coming up to you within the community, like, "Oh, man, I saw your video." You know what I mean? So clearly, what you're doing is connecting with your intended audience. It's a matter of like how you amplify it from there. So have you boosted any of your posts on Facebook?
I did a TikTok promote a few weeks ago and got like 15,000 views, and dude, it was like 500 comments. It was a crazy amount. And I was just riffing about electric vehicles are a scam. Like, I was like, I didn't say they were a scam, but I was like, I said this from the beginning, the value in those cars that are 60 grand I'm watching them go through the auction for $25,000. I'm like, these cars are not worth long-term investments. Like, there's two ways to obtain one: lease it and give it back, or buy it used. So we've got, like, case in point, we're buying a Toyota BZ4X for a client right now, and it's like half the price of what it was in just a couple of years. So all the aficionados and people who really like electric and whatever, I'm like, dude, they're just cars. They are losing value at an astronomical rate.
Yeah.
My kid just walked in. What's up?
Do you have access to my investments?
I don't know. Probably. What's up?
Can you send me the number and how much is in it?
Okay. Why?
FAFSA.
For what?
FAFSA.
What's that?
Financial aid.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, we can talk about it a little bit. I'm on a podcast.
Okay, thanks.
So yeah, dude, like, I completely forgot what I was talking about.
Oh man, no, but
when I was in my office, it was better. I was by myself,
Yeah, no, but it all centers back to the same theme, and I think that it's worth continuing to double click on it because it's so valuable. It's a cheat code to life.
You mean staying curious? Yeah. That's like a main thing. And why the company, they're teaching leadership? Because that's how you get exponential growth. Leadership is exponential.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
Sales and marketing is just linear. Like, it'll take you to here and it just stays there. But if you teach the next leadership, they take me places that I've never been before.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I understand. So I've been very intentional about how I've engaged with the team that I'm working with now, because when their leadership characteristics, like their behaviors, because it's about changing their behaviors. Anybody can come in and write out a SOP for everything that happens in the operation and deliver an org chart and this, that, and the third. But if you're not changing the behaviors of the people that are left with the binder of stuff, then the binder just becomes a binder of stuff that grows dust in a cabinet somewhere. And in 15 years, they pull it out and say, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. And nothing, because the behaviors of the people never changed. So by investing this time from a leadership perspective, developing the team to make sure that they're communicating with each other effectively, which when you're using questions effectively,
they got to critically think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it sharpens both sides, because in order to convert your statement into a question, that requires analysis, thought, intentionality. So like you're sharpening yourself by, conditioning. I'm going to frame this statement into a question. You're sharpening yourself and causing the person on the other side of that question to self-reflect and actually get your point, as opposed to getting offended by it coming from you when they weren't ready for it.
Like if you're making a video to explain something to me, how would you apply that to building an authority online? Like, how would you do it? Like if I'm watching your channel because I want to learn what I'm not doing properly in my business, and my bottom line isn't where I want it to be. So if it's a very difficult topic, but like you could have one thing, like maybe your thing that time would be like, you need to train your leadership. Like as a business coach, you would be like, Ronnie, you need to train your leadership. So How would you form that in there? Questions that I could think about as far as where I want to take my company, so that I start buying into you. Like, I want to follow you. I want to get more of your information. I want to become part of your community.
So
I believe you're an authority.
Yeah. So you led with your bottom line is okay. So where is your bottom line currently?
You mean like for my person?
Percentage wise, what percentage profitability? Because that's your bottom line. You're talking about your EBITDA, your net profit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so I was making it more simple than that. Like,
no. Because this is a thing. Again, everybody can talk at surface level on these things. It takes getting down to the details in order for the behaviors to actually change. When you understand how what you're doing in your business is actually causing what you say you care about to not be performing, then your behavior starts to reflect that.
This is a podcast, though, about building authority online, like not about diagnosing all of that. Like, I'm like, I get it. But like right now, you talk to me that way. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. My bad. No, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is, like, how you gonna get me to buy and to listen to you if I don't want to talk about EBITDA? I don't talk about that. I want to. Why does leadership matter to my business? If I'm trying to build an authority online and I want to get a following, and I'm a business coach like you are, and you are currently building an authority,
right?
You know, how do we get down to like attracting people to want to listen to what we have to say without going so deep that it's like, dude, like, thank you, I don't want to hear no more. You know, like, I'm just saying, like, why? How would you explain to me? Like, you've learned about leadership. Like, it's a very important topic for people to understand. Like, training the other leaders on your team. As a business coach, that would be very high on my list of teaching people. I'm not a business coach, but or you pick a topic, like a topic you want me to understand as a business owner. Why I should follow you every day when I'm on my phone. You're building yourself an authority, right? I'm like, today, like I told you earlier, I follow Stephen Bartlett, who does magnificent podcasts. I said he's got an advantage on us because he's got a British accent. However, the guy is fascinating to watch, and I want more. I just can't watch enough of his videos. So if we want to build that type of an authority where we can help people, what are some ideas that you and I could come up with that we could start to deploy on a weekly basis, even for this podcast? Because eventually we're going to have to get people to watch the podcast.
Right.
You know, thank you to the one person that's watching right now. You got any feedback on that?
Yeah, absolutely. And my apologies. I just be getting.
You're good at what you do, and you're right. You're absolutely right. Nobody's arguing that. But I'm like, okay, get me engaged. Let's communicate. Dialogue. I know I'm wrong. Okay, Jesse, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That's not going to get me to tune in tomorrow, you know?
Yeah. No, I think that what we're doing right now is what lays that framework.
Okay.
You know, as what I learned, kind of going a step deeper in my experience networking in Colorado Springs.
Right.
I was so, because I'm just a naturally confident person.
You are.
So
and it shines. You ooze it.
So I know my confidence can oftentimes be perceived as arrogance, and is, you know, I know I've been doing this long enough, you know what I'm saying, and I'm
guilty of the same thing.
The results have been, you know, demonstrate, like I know what I produce. So and just navigating that, to first start out with, like, I would throw so much that, you know, it was like drinking water through a fire hose.
Yeah.
You know, all of the like all this, like, you're gonna get this work. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that I know, it's just gonna constantly come at you. That's how I started. And then it just kind of went to, man, I just fell back. And then saw the results of that. And then it's like, these damn questions, man.
You like the questions.
These damn questions. Like, I'm telling you, it's being back in this space where, like, I'm engaging not only with clients, but this apparatus. The questions, man, like, that is the cheat code to answer your question. It's always going to circle back to, you know, if we're talking about elite, like actual effective leadership, meaning when we set an organizational goal as a leadership team, we actually see that goal through leveraging the influence and motivation that we empower our team to have towards achieving said organizational goal. Like, that is a different scale of sustainability, of quality of life, of the profitability come down the line, right? Of benefits that comes from understanding all that.
Okay. All right. I mean, cool. So, you know, if we're building an authority online, we want to create followers, we want to create engagement in the community.
Right.
How do we lead those people to understand that all of these right answers we have we're the right people to follow? You know, like, I like what you said, you know, ask them questions. And I think maybe it's a rhetorical question, because I feel like one of the answers for me is just to give. So if you're out there watching this, I think what's cool about what I like to do on the internet is give it away. I like to tell, you know, not tell, that's bad, like tell, like, but like give an example of a problem that I solved, or teach them how to do it without me. How about that? Like, you know, I'm going to teach you how to solve this business problem without hiring me. When you're ready for me, click the link. But until then, here's how you can do it. Do you think that'll build any credibility with people if you can show them how to get somewhere by themselves without you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I do that all the time. So yeah, 100%.
Well, give me an example of it. Like, share with us, like, how are you doing that? Because I'm fascinated by it. Like, okay, what'd you do?
All right. I mean, I've been saying, like, the building a leadership team. I'm not speaking in hypothetical. Like, having a leadership team, when you're looking to build an organization, you empower leaders to lead your organizational goals to fruition. Like, I'm being like that is a roadmap. That is executable. Right? So from understanding that you need a sales function, you need an operations function that's able to consistently produce and deliver your sales that you've generated.
Okay.
Giving that product back. And then you got the management and compliance leg of making sure that you're in compliance with all of the local, state, federal regulations that govern your industry. And then you got the finance and accounting leg that ensures that your profit and loss and balance sheet are actually worth the paper that they're printed on, so that you can make informed business decisions. In maintaining a balance of those four pillars, you have a general manager that oversees those functions to make sure that there aren't silos being built in between those functions, so that it's a seamless passing of the baton. those key functions that are happening simultaneously within the business and empower those leaders, even if it's one leader that's wearing multiple hats. Empower those leaders to lead with questions.
How would you empower them?
Yeah.
How would you empower them?
Empower the
leaders. How would you do it? How do you empower the leaders?
Okay.
I mean, like you maybe it sounds like you're talking about a company that's got like 55 people.
Right. So
I'm talking about like the guy that's just trying to build his HVAC company or something, and he's got 5 people. Like,
yeah, that's
those people are wearing multiple hats, right? Like, so, but how do you empower them? Is it monetarily, or is it like, do you build them up?
Their why, because everybody because everybody isn't motivated by money.
True. Facts.
Some people, you know, a title change.
No, what you just dropped was gold, dude. Like that's something people need to hear. Like, not everybody's motivated by money.
Yeah. It's a fact.
So we're talking about the content, right? Like, that's content you can make. Like, let me show you something about your leadership team and why they're not buying into you. Because not all of them are motivated by money. So I'm going to show you 5 things in this video of exactly how you can empower them to be the best that they can be. Like, and then you just go through it, you know, like dropping gold bombs on people. It's a freaking one minute video, you know? So what I'm saying is back to the building the authority, right? I love that you said that, because I think that that's where it's at. Like, you operate at such a high level, brother. You are so skilled. They call it the lowest common denominator. I'm the lowest common denominator in the room with you right now. Like, I'm listening to you and I'm like, bro, show me how to help the next guy. And then you finally said it. Ain't everybody motivated? We got to empower them to be the best that they can be. Some of these guys want to work because they want their Friday off. Well, I'm going to show you how you get your Friday off, John. Here's our goal. How do you, and then that question comes out. John, how do you think we can get these goals by Thursday night? Then you can have Friday off. Mic drop, I'm out. You know, like, what do you think John's going to do?
Bust his ass.
Yeah, like, so that's a video, man. Like, that's the content that you could give away to build an authority, right?
Yeah, no, that was great.
You got the answers. They right there. You got them.
Yeah, that was great. No. That's see, it's so many ways to like build that authority, because again, like when we were talking about the difference between farming versus fishing versus hunting.
Yes.
It's that balance that you achieve by like the framework that, man, I just lost my whole train of thought. It's been a hell of a day, man.
It's all good, dude. Yeah. And I have to apologize because I told you I was going to bring you topics. You know, I don't like doing that because I do want to pick your brain. Like, you've got some information in there. You're helping companies. Like, what's the size of the company you're working with right now? Multiple millions of dollars in revenue, right?
No, just 2.
That's multiple.
I mean, yeah. I'm
for the cat in the room that's trying to get to $1 million. You saw it's only 2. It's like, dude, it's perspective.
Yeah.
$2 million in revenue. That's strong,
right?
It's definitely respectable. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, and we kind of say the same crap. You could grill me on car stuff and how I'm struggling with getting my message across about leasing or financing, or stop buying old cars with lots of miles on them, you know, like whatever. But yeah, if I always sound like a father talking down to somebody, the message isn't going to resonate. So how do I get them in the room?
Right.
And multiple ideas, right? Like, I want to build a community where we can just ask questions. And I'm just one of the people in the room with the right answer, but don't matter. Don't matter. Got to articulate it, you know? So This one is not one that I think is one podcast, bro. I think we're going to talk about this one for multiple times. Like but you know, the only way we're going to get better at this, and you already got it, and we both have bought into it, we got to stay curious. Neither one of us in this room can be like, well, I know the answer and Jesse doesn't, or I know the answer and Ronnie's not listening. It's like, no, we're both listening and we're both open-minded to it. We just want the most effective answer.
Absolutely.
There's that, you know why? Because there's multiple answers on how to get there. There's not one. There's probably 55 different ways to get to Mars. Elon's just working on one of them. Anyhow, so yeah, man, that was good stuff. I like that you said that, though. Asking questions and staying curious. Dude, those are things like I had forgotten about those, Jesse. I'll tell you that.
I think we all do. You know, it's rewiring that is like happening. I'm intentionally driving it within myself because I have not been curious enough when I'm being honest. So by truly reconditioning, rewiring myself, that's what's happening.
I didn't react.
Well, I like this video, this topic today. Are you a fan of Country Wayne? You ever seen him on Instagram or anything?
Yeah, 1 billion streams.
Dude, they got him on Earn Your Leisure recently, and he was talking about, dude, he drops 40 videos a day. He already knew. He was like, and everybody, like, what's fascinating about that video is like, when you listen to him, he's like, I didn't give any thought about it. It was there for the taking. I put out the creativity. Then he said something else that was fascinating. He goes, you know, people that live above the means, they can't be creative. And they were like, what you mean? He's like, well, your creativity is stunted by all the bills they got. They start. He says, I've watched them on my team. Like, they get busy, they get a little paper, they spend this much. And then they get weird. Like, they can't create anymore because they're so pent up and stressed. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm creating every day. I'm living here. I'm doing here. I'm pushing. So I want to go back and watch that one and think about that, you know?
Yeah. Like he's made his passion his life.
Yes.
It's effortless. You know what I mean? It just happens.
He's going to die doing what he wants to do, whether he makes it there or not. I love that guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Thanks for showing up, bro.
For sure, man. This has been another incredible conversation about truly turning your brand into your greatest asset, my man.
Yeah, Ronnie, man.
I appreciate you, my brother. And for all of our listeners, could have been anywhere in the world here with us. Appreciate it.
Dude, that sounds like one of 50 TV shows. I love that, dude. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be with us. Good night.